We here at Special Care believe in the importance of education. Wouldn't you say, Mr. Troy?
Absolutely.
And this is not just the education of our students, but also the education of our staff.
Continuing education.
Yeah, very important, very important. So I have been tasked with teaching Mr. Troy something. In fact, I've been tasked with teaching Mr. Troy a very specific thing. I have been asked to explain to him the concept of Schrodinger's cat.
Excellent.
Yeah. Luckily, I'm a certified dietary manager, which means I have an astonishing grasp of theoretical physics. So are you ready to learn, Mr. Troy?
I'm ready. I have paper, I have pencil. I'm ready to listen.
All right. So, Erwin Schrödinger was an Austrian physicist. He was born in 1887, rough contemporary of one Albert Einstein. And much like Albert Einstein, Schrödinger was interested in learning how the mysteries of the universe worked, specifically how time worked and how matter behaved in time. However, Erwin Schrödinger was also a married man. He had an old lady, Pamela Anderson Schrödinger, and every so often he would want to enjoy like a romantic night with her. He wasn't all about physics. There were two problems with this, however.
Okay.
The first was Pamela Anderson Schrödinger had a cat. It was not a small, cute kitten. It was a big, ugly, one-eyed, mangy, incontinent Norwegian forest cat that smelled like farts all the time.
Big, ugly, smelly cat.
Yes. The other problem was that Schrödinger had a neighbor, Ivan Pavlov, who had a goofy sense of humor. And whenever Schrödinger was away working on physics stuff, he would work on training Schrödinger's cat. Basically, he conditioned the cat so that whenever the cat heard the music of Marvin Gaye, the cat would spontaneously relieve itself. So this...
We've all been there.
This added up so that whenever Schrödinger had the opportunity to have a lovely romantic night with Pamela Anderson Schrödinger, he would put on the Marvin Gaye and then suddenly, and it would just ruin the evening completely.
The moment's gone.
Yeah, exactly. The moment's gone. So this happened repeatedly, and finally Schrödinger had enough, and so he built a box. The box had a radiation detector with a hammer attached to a glass of poison, and he put in a little piece of plutonium. Basically, when the detector sensed any radioactive decay, it would break the bottle of poison, releasing poison gas. So one night, he was attempting to have another romantic night with Pamela Anderson Schrödinger, and like always, he put on the Marvin Gaye. Cat came in. So he grabbed the cat, and tossed the cat into the box and sealed it up and waited. While he was doing this, he came to a realization. Because of the way that radioactive decay works, there was actually no way of knowing whether the cat was alive or dead. And in fact, the cat simultaneously existed in two quantum states of both being alive and dead, because nobody could see what was going on in there. And this was fascinating, and he's like, "Oh, I'm a genius, lol." So he decided...
It's a good Schrödinger impression.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
He decided to, he had to thank the cat, and he had to write a paper on this immediately. So he opened the box, and he was correct about the cat being simultaneously alive and dead, but not for the reason he thought. The combination of the radiation, the poisonous gas, and the cat's natural incontinence transformed the cat into a bloodthirsty zombie. So he opened the box and was attacked by a small ballistic furry missile. And it bit Schrödinger. And soon Schrödinger himself became a zombie and was like, "All brains!" And soon he began marauding the countryside. And pretty soon there was just like an entire horde of zombies, and they were marauding all over the place. Until they came upon a pop star, and the result of that was the music video for Thriller. If you want to learn more about this, there is filmmaker George Romero actually filmed a documentary on this. I believe the name of it was Weekend at Bernie's 2.
2.
Yep, Weekend at Bernie's
Okay.
2. But yeah, that is Schrodinger's cat in a nutshell. Do you have any questions?
You spell it out so simply. I think the only thing I really have a question about is how the cat's ball of yarn incorporates into superstring or string theory.
Well, you see, the cat,
So,
when the cat was both alive and dead, it was also playing with the string, and the string was in a state of both existence and non-existence.
okay.
So, because of that, it incorporated itself into all matter, and that's how you get string theory.
Perfect. Well, thank you. You made that so simple.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate it.